contractor, you know. Get ready to check out my amazing... I once wandered the sewers under the Hellfire Club's New York building for hours. This'll...
According to the map, the way into these tunnels is in a ravine at the base of the mountain. We can bring you right up to the entrance.
Beautiful. I can take it from there.
I'll have you know I'm indulging your desire to follow this map. Don't say I never gave you anything.
After this, I won't even expect a card from you on my birthday.
How can this be? It seems we have been walking in circles for hours.
It's been 20 minutes. Relax. We're close.
You said that after your last sniff.
And I was right. If this is supposed to be an ambush, I've seen better.
Ambush? This is a slaughter.
No kidding. They were trying to get inside that vault. I don't believe in coincidences. Which means...
Project Gutermortar.
I bet my life on it.
So did they.
Guess Hydra just dropped a rung or two on the bad guy food chain.
Maybe so. Still, this Lilin feels different somehow. Feral.
You sniff that out?
We can debate the hows and whys later. Get that vault open before more of these things show up.
Too late for that.
You're right about that thing. Smells like it died, then crawled through hot garbage.
That is one way of describing it.
I'd be more concerned with how it fights, not how it smells.
Easy for you to say. It's not breathing down your neck.
Have I seen that before?
Dibs on the ugly one.
There is no escape.
Kid's pretty good. Bad luck.
You've been practicing.
Not looking good for you. Had your chance.
I'm flattered to have held their attention.
I haven't seen that kind of Hydra regalia since the war.
Old Johan was probably hoping to hide out here if things went south. I guess he didn't make it.
We have our hands full as it is without having to worry about Red Skull, too.
Maybe it's time you quit this racket. That must have taken practice.
Hydra had that place sealed up tight. So where are those things coming from?
The way they move, these Lilin may have come from beyond our world. Walls are no obstacle to them.
Just when I thought I'd smelled it all. Whatever gets the job done.
The light will carry you onward. This shall be a great help.
Nice move, bub.
rest of us.
That's an interesting technique. They need healing.
Not shaking their confidence.
We have control of the situation.
Should do the trick. Now for something real special.
Oh, the light gift! The power of the light.
Pretty good at that.
About time.
Gets the job done.
Business as usual.
Just what I needed.
Now that was something. You were too weak for this fight.
But effective. Might need a stretcher here. Bring what you got. Why Why's everybody looking at me?
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Now it's my turn.
Time to see if Red Skull really did hide his ultimate weapon here.
I'd say we found your god killer.
An old Enigma lock. Hang on. I think I might be able to decipher the sequence.
Got your decoder ring right here.
Great. Dollars to donuts, that alarm still leads somewhere.
Let's not stick around to find out. The hell you waiting for, kid? This way.
Crossbones command ship.
You gotta be kidding me.
Temple of Cthulhu.
Not what I'm talking about. Better brace yourselves.
This is why we enter the code.
That's a real mean guard dog they got for this place.
You need to look for a way out. You can't beat him in a straight fight.
We'll either figure something out or die trying.
You sure know how to rally the troops, Logan.
Want it done right, gotta do it yourself. Kiss it.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
I'm gonna rip you a new one.
You know what happens when I get angry.
Leave some for the rest of us.
About time. It just keeps getting easier.
Mother's anger flows through me. Now,
Fight another day.
This is a dangerous game of cat and mouse.
not so enjoyable when you are the prey, is it, Hunter?
At least we are still in the hunt. You have already been consumed. Light. This shall be of great help.
will not go well for you. Look to the sky!
You can't scare me away, no matter how hard you strike.
Do you see the glow of Wundagore? The time is almost at hand.
Always some doomsday prophecy or ancient evil with you guys. Almost makes me miss Magneto.
You're making a mistake. I won't forget this!
Now that was something.
The strength of chaos energy.
You will
You are not ready for me.
I wish I could tell you we had some kind of air support or evac.
You'll leave when Mother says so, not before.
No one could have stopped that.
Running out of options here.
And space.
One chance, Hunter. Return with me to Mother, and I will spare what remains of your friends.
Man, I miss the torn purple pants days.
It may be our only chance.
That ain't a chance, kid. It's a monster. So come on, ugly. Let's finish this.
Finish this, Logan. Yes, I will!
Hunter, come to the forge when you can. It's urgent.
Okay, cut the bull, Stark. I know you got some kind of Hulk buster up your sleeve. Let's have it.
When I woke up this morning, the Red Skull was the furthest thing from my mind. Yet now it seems he's a key player, even from beyond the grave.
In my experience, the grave is but a way station, not a destination.
Every time I think I've got my mind wrapped around this conflict, I get thrown a curveball.
Finding that artifact beneath Mount Wundagore destabilized me as well.
Here's hoping Strange can figure out what exactly this God Killer is. If the Red Skull had it, then it's nothing good, I'm sure.
Earlier, you mentioned the Red Skull was drawn to the occult.
Like a fly to a rotting carcass. How much do you know about World War II?
I did not realize there was a World War I.
I'll just sum it up. Red Skull was a man whose ambition knew no limits. And when our world didn't give him enough, he looked beyond it for even more power.
A very dangerous man indeed.
And we're all safer that he's no longer among the living.
I think the world is safer because you are here protecting it, not because this Red Skull is gone.
I'm just one man, Hunter. It's all of us together that keeps the world safe. That includes you, Tony, Caretaker. Even the ghosts around here do their part.
I wonder how the Red Skull came to share my mother's obsession with Chthon anyway.
Oh, I'm sure he tried to find your mother to help him. All part of his Project Gutmortar.
My mother never would have allowed him to share her power.
Well, I don't think he got that blade just to put it under glass, if you know what I mean.
He planned to use it all right.
Now we just need to figure out why Crossbones wanted me to have it. Whatever the Red Skull wanted with that weapon, it wasn't good.
What's troubling you, Sarah?
The God Killer. It looks familiar.
What do you mean?
What is this about the God Killer?
The hilt. It looks a lot like the metal your collar is forged from.
Or Chalcom. How can that be?
I'm not sure it is. It's just a hunch. Strange should examine it. See if my hunch is right. Because if it is, the God Killer might be our best shot at taking my sister's life. Putting an end to all this madness.
Is that not what we all want? An end to this?
There's only 2.5 members of the Blood left in all creation, Hunter. When we defeat her, my only sister will be dead, and our kind will be nearly extinct.
I know this is hard, Sarah. But life as we know it will become extinct if we do not take hers.
I'm just sorry that the burden keeps falling to you. You must kill your own mother again. That must be incredibly difficult for you.
It is just my destiny.
A tragic destiny.
Tragic for me, but a happily ever after scenario for everyone else. And that is all that matters.
I fear sometimes I raised you to be too self-sacrificing.
You raised me to fight for the greater good.
Perhaps we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves too much. We're not even sure the handle of that blade is made of orichalcum.
Strange will find out.
Make sure he does.
Agatha always knew how to put a smile on my face.
The occult emanations coming from this God Killer are unlike anything I have ever encountered.
When I gripped it, I saw a face. The face of Chthon.
Yes, I suspected as much. The darkness I sense here is beyond the realm of mortals. It's no surprise Red Skull was seeking that level of power. This is more than just an artifact. But whatever it is could represent a change in the direction of our battle against Lilith.
You are the only person here who can figure out what it is. And if you cannot, then maybe it is best we just ignore it.
I wish ignoring it was an option. I wouldn't feel so uneasy in its presence that way.
You are uneasy because you understand what it could be.
I appreciate your vote of confidence in me, Hunter. Some part of me feels that everything in my life has been leading up to a moment such as this. And with your continued support, I feel that I won't let the group down. I think the safest option is to keep it here in the forge for a bit longer, at least until I've had a chance to study it more. I don't think anyone should handle it until we know what it is for sure.
Very well. And how long do you think that will take?
Well, I think the world will be ending soon, so hopefully before that. I need to consult my grimoires. Check back with me when you can.
Aw, who is a good kitty?
This bowl always here?
Well, this looks like it belongs here.
That is something.
The second Blood Gate. I should warn you, Hunter. You may find the trial ahead more difficult than I originally let on. The gods will push you harder, and you might very well fail.
And if I do?
You dust yourself off and you get back in there. Or you train, rethink your approach, and come back later, when you feel ready.
And what if I am hurt? Or worse still, what if something happened to Charlie?
Neither of you will be harmed, dear. That's not what this is about. The Elder Gods want to see what you're made of, but they're not out to get you. Well, except Chthon, but you already knew that.
Then I should make an attempt while I am here.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Just enjoy yourself. You're the only one getting an opportunity like this.
I will do my best.
Oh, and Hunter? I should mention, you'll only be able to make one attempt at the trials per night. Even the old gods grow weary of their children eventually. Good luck. When many of the Elder Gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of you have had a shared purpose. Fight well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
Let us see if they have an answer for this. Now that was something. Cannot possibly match your strength. Know my reputation.
Atum was unleashed and made quick work of the demons, but in the process, he became something of a monster himself. The God Eater.
Some work. Consider it done. You were too weak for this fight. Some for the rest of us.
Elder Gods are clearly aware of Lilith's efforts. These beasts may look like her children, but they're only illusions meant to test your skill.
They do not stand a chance.
I think Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this extra training in. And with live targets, too.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. I am impressed. The light will heal you. The advantage is mine.
If that doesn't make an impression on Autumn, I don't know what will. Good work, Hunter.
This looks like it belongs.
With a tomb's help, you shouldn't have any trouble uncovering the more elusive elements hidden throughout the grounds. Why don't you try out his blessing on that stone over there?
There must not be anything here. Autumn must not see it that way. Autumn, show me the way. He sees our path. Autumn be praised. Autumn reveals... She does not see it happening. Fascinating. Chthon's dark influence has tainted this well. If it was here, Autumn would show me. The goddess disagrees. Noble Oster guides my hand. Agatha's house. Curious. Son of God approves.
Agatha, what is this?
The corrupted influence of the elder god Chthon. But we won't be able to heal the Abbey grounds until we've recovered the Moon Seal, stolen by Hiram Shaw.
Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to find the...
Autumn, show me the... Autumn does not answer.
If I remember correctly, this is the grave of Will Walker, a notoriously vicious but effective vampire hunter. Blade would have liked him.
Ah, I see.
The son of Gaia approves. Something terrible happened here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the Coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
Caretaker and my mother knew their powers could help others, and they did not hesitate.
Of course not, dear. Your mother was a gifted healer, and Sarah was never one to back down from a fight. They also knew the signs of Chthon's influence, and Shaw's sudden rise to power undoubtedly got their attention.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the moon seals to the Knights of Wondergore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious, and the rest is history.
But what about the moon seal?
After the trials, the moon seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Was this always here?
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Chthon wanted it that way.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Chthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word. It's always good to see you.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not.
Tell me about Hiram Shah.
By all accounts, Hiram Shah was a desperate man. Desperate for power, wealth, influence, the usual desires that cloud men's minds. As I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town. To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective. Until we speak again.
Autumn thinks otherwise. He sees our path.
Yes, dear? We should investigate. There may be clues. Lovely, dear. You're a natural. That was expertly done, Hunter.